The world doesn't always reward the nicest person. It doesn't always reward the smartest person either. It rewards the person people take seriously. And that's where most people fail. Without realizing it, they display behaviors that make others see them as weak, predictable, and easy to ignore. Then they wonder why nobody respects their opinions. Today, we're breaking down 7 behaviors that completely change that. Behaviors that make people stop looking down on you and start paying attention whenever you speak. Here's the truth that most people never hear. Respect is rarely given because you're kind. It isn't guaranteed because you're intelligent. And it certainly doesn't appear just because you work harder than everyone else. People make their first judgment faster than you think. Before they know your experience, your achievements, or your intentions, they watch how you carry yourself. They notice whether you stay calm when pressure rises. They notice whether you stand by your decisions. They notice whether your confidence depends on other people's opinions. Those quiet observations shape the way they respond to you. The painful part is that most people never realize they are sending the wrong signals. They believe respect comes after proving themselves. So they explain more, they seek more approval, they try harder to convince everyone around them. Ironically, those efforts often have the opposite effect. The more desperately someone tries to be respected, the less natural that respect feels. Real respect is different. It grows from self-control. It grows from certainty. It grows from behavior that stays consistent, even when circumstances change. That is why 2 people with the same talent can receive completely different treatment. One is listened to, the other is ignored. The difference is rarely ability. The difference is presence. Niccolo Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He believed that people are influenced more by what they repeatedly observe than by what they are told. A person's reputation is shaped by consistent behavior, not by impressive promises. Every action quietly teaches others what they should expect from you. That idea is the foundation of this entire video. Today, you'll discover 7 behaviors that strengthen your presence, increase your credibility, and make people think twice before underestimating you. These are not tricks to control people. They are disciplines that change the way you carry yourself, and that changes the way the world responds to you. Stay until the end, because the final behavior is often the one that separates people who are respected from people who are constantly overlooked. Before we move forward, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I command respect. Number 1, learn to be comfortable with silence. Most people think respect comes from saying the perfect thing. It doesn't. Very often, respect comes from knowing when not to speak. Silence makes people uncomfortable. The moment a conversation becomes quiet, most people rush to fill the space. They explain too much. They defend themselves before anyone even asks a question. They keep talking because they believe more words will make them look smarter, friendlier, or more convincing. In reality, the opposite usually happens. The more you speak without purpose, the easier it becomes for people to read you, interrupt you, and dismiss you. A person who cannot handle a few seconds of silence often reveals insecurity without realizing it. Machiavelli understood that control is rarely loud. The person with the greatest influence is often the one who feels no pressure to speak first. They observe. They listen. They let other people reveal themselves while they remain calm. Think about the strongest leader you've ever met. Did they constantly fight to be the center of every conversation? Probably not. They spoke with intention. Every sentence had a reason, and because they spoke less, people listened more. Now compare that with someone who comments on everything. They answer every criticism. They explain every decision. They tell everyone what they are about to do before they do it. At first, they seem confident. After a while, they become predictable. When people already know every thought in your mind, there is nothing left for them to respect or discover. Silence creates space. It makes people wonder what you're thinking. It forces them to pay closer attention when you finally decide to speak. That doesn't mean becoming cold or unfriendly. It means becoming comfortable without feeling the need to fill every empty moment. Imagine someone challenges your opinion during a meeting. Most people react immediately. They interrupt. They defend themselves. They talk faster because they want to prove they are right. Now, imagine doing something different. You pause. You look at them. You think for a moment. Then you answer slowly and clearly. That short pause changes everything. Instead of looking emotional, you look thoughtful. Instead of looking defensive, you look confident. People begin paying attention because your response feels deliberate instead of automatic. Silence also protects you from unnecessary mistakes. Many regrets begin with words spoken too quickly. Anger speaks. Fear speaks. Pride speaks. Patience waits. When you give yourself a few seconds before responding, emotions lose their control over your mouth. That single habit can save friendships, careers, opportunities, and your reputation. Another advantage of silence is that people naturally reveal more than they planned. Have you noticed that when someone doesn't interrupt, others keep talking? They offer extra details. They change their story. Sometimes they even answer questions that were never asked. The quiet person learns more because everyone else is busy speaking. Information has always been valuable. The person who gathers it usually has the advantage over the person who gives it away. This doesn't mean staying silent forever. There are moments when you must speak clearly. There are moments when your voice should be strong. But when you do speak, make sure your words carry weight. Don't speak because the room is quiet. Speak because you have something worth hearing. Remember, people rarely remember the person who talked the most. They remember the person whose words mattered. So the next time silence enters a conversation, don't rush to escape it. Stay relaxed. Maintain eye contact. Let the moment breathe. You may discover that your calm presence says far more than another 100 unnecessary words ever could. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Silence builds power. Number 2, make decisions faster than most people. One of the fastest ways to lose respect is not making the wrong decision. It's refusing to make one at all. Many people spend so much time searching for the perfect choice that they never move. They keep waiting for complete certainty. They want every answer before taking the first step. They tell themselves they're being careful. Most of the time, they're simply afraid. Fear wears many disguises. Sometimes it looks like endless planning. Sometimes it looks like asking one more person for advice. Sometimes it looks like saying, "I'll think about it tomorrow." Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. Meanwhile, opportunities quietly disappear. People notice this. They notice who acts. They also notice who hesitates every time a decision must be made. Machiavelli understood that leadership depends on decisive action. No leader has perfect information. No leader can predict every outcome. Yet those who accept responsibility and move forward earn far more confidence than those who remain trapped in endless doubt. Think about the people you naturally trust during difficult situations. When something unexpected happens, who do you look toward? The person frozen with uncertainty? Or the person who calmly says, Here's what we're going to do. Most people follow certainty before they follow perfection. That doesn't mean every decision will be correct. It means confidence grows when people see someone willing to take responsibility instead of hiding behind excuses. Imagine you're leading a project at work. A problem suddenly appears. Everyone begins talking at once. One person keeps listing everything that could go wrong. Another says more time is needed. Someone else refuses to choose because they don't want the blame. Nothing changes. Now imagine one person studies the situation for a moment and says, "This is our best option. Let's move." Will that person always succeed? No. But they immediately become the person others begin watching. Action creates momentum. Hesitation creates confusion. There is another hidden cost to constant delay. Every time you avoid making a choice, you slowly teach yourself that fear is stronger than your judgment. Eventually, even simple decisions begin to feel difficult. You question everything. You overthink everything. You lose trust in your own mind. That habit spreads into every part of life. Soon, you're not only delaying important choices, you're delaying conversations, you're delaying opportunities, you're delaying growth. Successful people are not successful because they never make mistakes. They become successful because they recover quickly after making them. A wrong decision often teaches you something valuable. No decision teaches you nothing. Experience only comes after movement. You cannot build confidence by standing still. Confidence grows every time you make a choice. Accept the result, learn the lesson, and keep moving. Another important truth is this: every decision closes one door and opens another. Many people fear closing the wrong door, so they leave every door open. In the end, they walk through none of them. Life rewards commitment. Progress begins the moment you stop trying to protect yourself from every possible mistake. Of course, this doesn't mean acting without thinking. There is a difference between being decisive and being reckless. A wise person gathers the important facts. They consider the risks. Then they decide. They don't spend the next 6 months wishing for perfect conditions that will never exist. Remember, certainty is not something you find before acting. It is something you build by acting again and again. The more decisions you make, the sharper your judgment becomes. The more responsibility you accept, the stronger your presence becomes. People naturally respect someone who can stay calm, make a choice, and stand behind it. Because in a world where so many people hesitate, the person willing to move forward becomes impossible to ignore. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose with confidence. Number 3. Stop needing everyone to like you. One habit quietly destroys confidence more than people realize. It is the constant need to be liked. At first, it sounds harmless. Who doesn't want people to like them? There is nothing wrong with being kind, respectful, or easy to work with. The problem begins when your choices are controlled by the fear of disappointing someone else. The moment approval becomes your priority, you stop living by your own standards. Instead, you begin living by everyone else's expectations. You start changing your opinion depending on who is standing in front of you. You say yes when you really want to say no. You stay quiet even when you know something should be said. You laugh at things that aren't funny. You agree with ideas you don't believe in. Little by little, you stop showing people who you really are. Ironically, the harder you try to make everyone happy, the less seriously people take you. Machiavelli recognized an uncomfortable truth about human nature. People admire those who have principles they refuse to trade away. They may not always agree with them, but they know where they stand. That kind of consistency creates credibility. Someone who changes direction every time another opinion appears becomes impossible to trust. Think about the people who leave a lasting impression. They are usually polite. They are usually fair. But they don't chase acceptance. They don't spend every conversation wondering if everyone approves of them. They know their values. They stand by them. That quiet certainty makes others pay attention. Now imagine two different people. The first person agrees with every suggestion. No matter what someone asks, the answer is always yes. They avoid disagreement because they fear conflict. The second person listens carefully. When they agree, they say so honestly. When they disagree, they explain their reason calmly and respectfully. Which person would you trust to lead an important project? Most people choose the second. Not because that person is louder, because that person is genuine. Trying to please everyone creates another problem. It attracts people who expect endless favors. The more available you become, the more they expect. Soon your kindness is no longer appreciated. It becomes assumed. When you finally refuse, they act surprised. Not because you've changed, because they became comfortable benefiting from your lack of limits. That is why saying no is an important skill. A respectful no protects your time. A respectful no protects your energy. A respectful no protects your self-respect. Every time you say yes to something that goes against your priorities, you are saying no to something that actually matters. Remember, every choice has a cost. You simply decide which cost you're willing to pay. Many people fear rejection. They believe one disagreement will make everyone dislike them. Real life rarely works that way. Reasonable people respect honesty. Those who become angry simply because you set a healthy limit were never looking for fairness. They were looking for control. You don't need universal approval to build a meaningful life. You need a clear direction. Once you stop measuring your worth by other people's reactions, something begins to change. You stop checking every face for permission. You stop explaining every personal decision. You stop feeling guilty for protecting your own priorities. Instead of asking, "Will everyone like this?" you begin asking, "Is this the right choice?" That single change transforms the way you carry yourself. People can sense when someone is comfortable with who they are. There's no desperation, no pretending, no performance, just quiet confidence. Ironically, that is often when genuine respect begins to grow, not because you demanded it, not because you chased it, but because you stopped depending on it. Your value was never meant to be decided by the number of people who approve of you. It is decided by the standards you refuse to abandon, even when standing by them is uncomfortable. That is the kind of strength people remember long after the conversation is over. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I need no approval. Number 4. Stop revealing what bothers you. There is something many people give away without even noticing. They reveal exactly what hurts them. Sometimes it happens during an argument. Sometimes it happens through frustration. Sometimes it happens because they simply cannot hide their emotions. The result is always the same. The moment someone discovers what easily upsets you, they also discover where you are easiest to control. Machiavelli understood that emotions are part of being human, but allowing other people to direct those emotions puts you at a disadvantage. The person who stays steady while others search for a reaction keeps the stronger position. Think about how often this happens in everyday life. Someone makes a small joke. You immediately become defensive. Someone questions one of your decisions. You rush to prove yourself. Someone disagrees with you. Your mood changes for the rest of the day. Without realizing it, you're giving away valuable information. You're showing people which words instantly change your behavior. And once a person knows that, they don't have to understand you. They only have to press the right button. Imagine two different people receiving the exact same criticism. The first person reacts immediately. Their voice becomes louder. Their face changes. They interrupt before the other person finishes speaking. Everyone in the room can see they have lost control. Now, look at the second person. They hear the same criticism. They stay calm. They listen until the other person finishes. They think before answering. If a response is necessary, they give one. If it isn't, they move on. Which person appears stronger? The answer is obvious. Strength is not measured by how intensely you react. It is measured by how well you remain in control when others expect you to lose it. Many people believe showing every emotion is a sign of honesty. Honesty is valuable. Losing control is not. There is a big difference between expressing your feelings and handing someone the map to your emotional weak points. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every insult deserves your reply. Not every challenge deserves your energy. One of the greatest skills you can develop is knowing the difference. This becomes especially important when dealing with difficult people. Some individuals are not searching for a meaningful conversation. They are searching for a reaction. The moment they get one, they feel like they have won. They don't care whether they are right. They only care that they were able to affect your emotional state. Don't give them that victory. Your peace is worth more than proving a point. Another mistake people make is talking openly about everything that frustrates them. Every complaint becomes another piece of information. Every emotional outburst teaches observers what can distract you, discourage you, or throw you off balance. Over time, that pattern becomes predictable. Predictable people are easier to influence. Calm people are much harder to move. This doesn't mean pretending nothing ever bothers you. Everyone has difficult days. Everyone experiences disappointment. The difference is where you choose to process those emotions. Not every feeling belongs in public. Some thoughts are better handled privately, where they can be understood instead of displayed. The strongest people are not emotionless. They simply choose the right place, the right time, and the right person before opening up. That choice protects both their dignity and their judgment. The next time someone tries to provoke you, pause for a moment. Ask yourself one simple question. Is this situation worth giving away my peace? Most of the time, the answer is no. Walking away from unnecessary conflict is not weakness. Remaining composed when someone expects chaos requires far more discipline than losing your temper ever will. The less control other people have over your emotions, the more control you have over your own life. And that is something nobody can take from you. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I control myself. Number 5. Set boundaries and make people earn access to you. One mistake quietly lowers your value without you realizing it, being available all the time. Many people believe that always answering, always helping, and always making themselves accessible will earn admiration. At first, it seems like the right thing to do. You cancel your own plans because you don't want to disappoint anyone. You make yourself easy to reach, easy to interrupt, and easy to depend on. But something unexpected happens. Instead of appreciating your time, people begin expecting it. What was once seen as generosity slowly becomes normal. And once something becomes normal, people stop seeing it as valuable. Machiavelli understood that value increases when access is limited. People naturally appreciate what cannot be claimed whenever they want. When something is constantly available, it often becomes invisible. Think about your own experience. Have you ever noticed how quickly people adapt? The first favor receives gratitude. The 10th favor receives expectation. The 20th favor is treated like your responsibility. Nothing changed except one thing. People became used to having unlimited access to you. This doesn't happen because everyone is selfish. It happens because human nature adjusts to whatever becomes familiar. That is why boundaries matter. A boundary is not a wall that pushes people away. It's a clear line that protects your time, your energy, and your priorities. Without boundaries, other people's plans slowly become more important than your own. Imagine two different people. The first answers every message within seconds. They accept every invitation. They solve everyone's problems. If someone needs something, they immediately stop what they're doing. At first, everyone praises them. Eventually, everyone assumes they will always be there. Now, think about the second person. They are respectful, they are reliable, but they also protect their schedule. If they are busy, they finish their work before responding. If they cannot help, they say so honestly. If something doesn't match their priorities, they politely decline. Which person appears to have greater control over their life? The answer is obvious. People respect someone who respects their own time. Another reason boundaries matter is because they reveal character. The right people understand them. The wrong people fight them. When you begin saying, "I'm not available today," or "that doesn't work for me," pay attention to the reactions you receive. Some people will say, "No problem." Others will become frustrated. That frustration often tells you more about them than it does about you. A healthy relationship never depends on unlimited access. It depends on mutual respect. There is another lesson hidden inside this habit. Every yes has a price. When you automatically agree to everything, you are spending hours, attention, and energy that can never be returned. Time is different from money. You can earn more money. You cannot earn another yesterday. That is why protecting your schedule is protecting your life. Many people fear setting limits because they worry others will think they are rude. Being respectful does not require sacrificing yourself. You can be kind without becoming available every minute of every day. You can care about people without allowing them to control your calendar. Those are two completely different things. Strong boundaries also create healthier conversations. People learn to ask instead of assume. They learn to appreciate your effort because they understand it is a choice, not an obligation. Your presence becomes meaningful because it is intentional, not automatic. Remember this. You do not teach people how to treat you through speeches. You teach them through what you consistently allow. Every time you protect your time, you quietly communicate that it has value. Every time you honor your commitments before someone else's demands, you strengthen your self-respect. And when your self-respect grows, other people begin responding differently. Because the person who controls access to their time also controls the direction of their life. Never confuse constant availability with genuine kindness. One gives away your value. The other expresses it with wisdom. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My time matters. Number 6. Let your actions speak louder than your promises. There is one habit that separates respected people from everyone else. They do not spend their time convincing others. They spend their time producing results. Many people love talking about what they are going to do. They announce big plans. They describe future success. They promise change. They speak with excitement and confidence. For a moment it sounds impressive, but after enough time passes, one question quietly appears. Did they actually do it? Words can create attention. Only actions create belief. Machiavelli understood that reputation is built through repeated proof, not repeated claims. People trust what they continue to witness. A single speech may inspire someone for a day, but consistent behavior shapes how they judge you for years. Think about someone who constantly says, "You can count on me." Then they arrive late, they miss deadlines, they forget commitments. After a while, their promises no longer matter. Now think about another person. They rarely make grand announcements. They don't tell everyone how disciplined they are. They simply do what they said they would do. Again and again. Without asking for praise, without demanding recognition. Over time, everyone begins depending on them. Not because of what they said, because of what they repeatedly delivered. That is how trust is built. Not in one dramatic moment, but through small choices made consistently. Many people chase the feeling of looking successful. Very few are willing to build the habits that actually create success. There is a huge difference. Looking committed lasts for a conversation. Being committed lasts for years. One depends on attention, the other depends on discipline. Imagine a person who starts a new goal every month. They tell everyone about it. They buy new equipment. They post updates. They speak as if the result already belongs to them. Then, a few weeks later, they quietly stop. Soon, another exciting goal replaces the first one. The cycle repeats. Eventually, people stop believing anything they hear from that person. Not because they are untalented, because their pattern has become obvious. Now, imagine someone else. They say very little. They keep working even when nobody is watching. Months later, people notice the improvement. The success surprises everyone except the person who earned it. That is real confidence. It doesn't need constant attention because the evidence speaks for itself. There is another reason actions matter more than promises. They remove unnecessary arguments. You don't have to convince people that you are reliable when your record already proves it. You don't have to announce your discipline when your daily habits reveal it. You don't have to demand respect when your character consistently earns it. Results are difficult to argue with. Another mistake many people make is expecting immediate recognition. They do the right thing once and wonder why nobody notices. Life doesn't work that way. One honest action is appreciated. 100 honest actions become your reputation. Consistency always wins in the long run. It may feel slow, it may feel unnoticed, but every small promise you keep adds another brick to the foundation people build in their minds about you. Eventually, they stop asking whether you will follow through. They already know. That kind of confidence cannot be borrowed, it must be earned. Remember this whenever you feel tempted to impress people with words. Instead of announcing your next move, complete it. Instead of telling everyone how focused you are, show it through your daily routine. Instead of asking people to believe in you, give them a reason to. Because the strongest statement you will ever make is not spoken. It is demonstrated. Every promise you keep strengthens your character. Every responsibility you honor increases your credibility. Every quiet victory adds another layer to your reputation. And one day, people will trust your smallest commitment more than someone else's biggest speech. That is real authority. It isn't built through louder conversations. It is built through a lifetime of keeping your word, even when nobody is standing there to applaud you. Number 7, be willing to walk away. There is one behavior that changes the way people treat you almost immediately. It is the willingness to walk away, not out of anger, not to prove a point, not to make someone chase you. but because you know your worth is bigger than any situation that demands you abandon your principles. Many people stay where they are no longer respected. They stay in unfair conversations. They stay in one-sided partnerships. They stay in places where they are constantly ignored. Why? Because they fear losing what they already have. They believe that holding on is always a sign of strength. Sometimes it is, but sometimes real strength is knowing when it is time to let go. Machiavelli understood that dependence weakens judgment. The person who believes they have no other choice can be pressured, manipulated, and controlled. The person who knows they can leave is much harder to influence because their decisions are no longer driven by fear. Think about a negotiation. One person desperately needs the deal. The other person has other opportunities. Who feels calmer? Who speaks with greater confidence? Who is less likely to accept unfair terms? The answer is obvious. Freedom creates confidence. Desperation creates weakness. This lesson applies to far more than business. It applies to everyday life. Imagine someone repeatedly interrupts you, dismisses your ideas, and treats your time as if it has no value. You politely communicate your expectations. Nothing changes. You try again. Still nothing changes. At some point, you must decide. Will you continue accepting the same treatment? Or will you remove yourself from a situation that no longer deserves your energy? Many people hope respect will magically appear. Respect usually follows standards. When people see that you are willing to leave unhealthy situations instead of endlessly tolerating them, they begin understanding that your standards are real. Not because you announced them, because you lived by them. There is another reason this habit is powerful. It removes fear from your decisions. Fear often whispers the same sentence. What if this is my only chance? That belief traps people. It causes them to accept less than they deserve, less honesty, less appreciation, less peace. But once you believe that new opportunities can always be created, your thinking begins to change. You stop clinging, you stop begging, you stop settling. Instead, you begin choosing, and there is a huge difference between choosing to stay and feeling forced to stay. The first comes from confidence. The second comes from fear. Walking away does not mean giving up when life becomes difficult. Every worthwhile goal requires patience. Every meaningful achievement demands persistence. This lesson is about something different. It is about refusing to remain where your character, dignity, or future are constantly being sacrificed. Some doors should remain closed. Some conversations should remain finished. Some people should remain in your past. Not because you hate them, because continuing to carry them prevents you from moving forward. Remember, every time you say yes to something that damages your peace, you quietly say no to the life you could be building instead. Protecting your future sometimes requires leaving your comfort behind. That decision is never easy, but it is often necessary. The strongest people are not those who can endure endless disrespect. The strongest people are those who recognize when endurance has turned into self-neglect. They understand that self-respect is not measured by how much poor treatment they can survive. It is measured by what they refuse to accept. One final thought. The world pays close attention to what you tolerate. If you continue accepting behavior that weakens your confidence, people assume your standards are low. But when they see you calmly walk away from situations that no longer match your values, something changes. They realize your principles are not just words, they are decisions, and decisions always speak louder than demands. Never become so afraid of losing an opportunity that you lose yourself. because the person who can leave without fear carries something that no one can easily take away: choice. And the person with choice will always stand in the stronger position. Drop this affirmation in the comments: I always choose myself. So, let me leave you with one final thought. The world is always watching. But over time, people notice patterns. They notice who stays calm when others panic. They notice who makes decisions instead of making excuses. They notice who stands by their values without asking for permission. They notice who protects their peace, keeps their word, and refuses to settle for less than they deserve. That is how respect is built. Not in one conversation, not through one achievement, but through small behaviors repeated every single day. The truth is, people will always have opinions about you. You cannot control that. What you can control is the example you set every time you walk into a room, face a challenge, or respond to pressure. Every choice you make teaches people how to see you. More importantly, it teaches you how to see yourself. So don't focus on looking powerful. Focus on becoming disciplined. Don't chase approval. Build character. Don't waste energy trying to impress everyone. Spend that energy becoming someone who no longer needs to. Because when your habits change, your presence changes. When your presence changes, the way people respond to you changes. And once that happens, being underestimated becomes much harder. Remember, respect is never demanded. It is earned through the standards you live by when nobody is watching. If you found value in today's video, take 1 second to support the channel. Click the like button so more people can discover these lessons. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. And if you want more videos on Machiavelli, human psychology, power, discipline, and strategic thinking, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next lesson. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay calm, stay disciplined, and never give anyone a reason to underestimate you again.